today we're going to go over a 20-minute mobility strength warm-up video. You can do this prior to your exercise days or your training days, or you can just do this as a 20-minute kind of mobility snack in between work. Get it out of the way, and it's also one of my favorite routines I like to do in the gym. So as soon as I get to the gym, what I'll do is I'll usually start in the kneeling position. You can do this with socks on, shoes on, doesn't matter. If you're at home, probably barefoot or socks. If you're at the gym, you probably have your shoes on. So whatever works for you. Start kneeling. Toes are pointed. I'm going to have my knees wide and my big toes are going to be touching. Okay, it's going to look like that. So knees are wide, big toes touch. From here, just kind of settle into this position. You can rock side to side. What we're doing is getting an ankle stretch. We're also getting a knee stretch, so we're getting quads, and we're also getting the top of the shins. So those are being stretched out. So we're going to just hang out here, rock side to side. Then from here, after we rock back and forth, I'll bring my hands back, and then I'll just kind of stretch out the quads a little bit further, challenging them by just kind of going backwards here. And we call this the hero position. We can also get a shoulder stretch here, so pointing those fingers forward and then pushing the chest up and then the head back. So we're getting a shoulder stretch and a quad stretch. And your feet might cramp if you have really tight feet, but just try to hold this position and then extend your hips. So you're going to extend your hips, head back, and then we're going to slowly go back to our hands and knees position. Then we're going to tuck the toes, so we're going to have dorsiflexion of the ankles. So now we're going to be stretching out the calves a little bit and the toes. So we're going to sit on those toes, heels are right over the toes, and again, we're just going to rock side to side, and we can kind of go forward and back as well. From here, I'm going to go hands and knees. I'm going to step one leg back. So my knees extended, my hips extended, and I'm going to rock back with the knees straight. I'm going to feel this in the calf again. I'm going to rock about 5 to 10 times each side, and then switch. So getting the calf here, ankle, 5 to 10 rocks. Then from here, I'm going to keep the knee over the hip. I'm going to rotate this leg toward the opposite arm. I'm going to then laterally or go to the outside. So I'll show you from the front view. I'm going to go to the outside, rock into that posterior hip. You can do 5 to 10 rocks here. And then after about 5 to 10 rocks, I'm just going to bring that back knee down, point the back toe, and bring the forearms down. It's kind of like a modified pigeon. Okay? Take a couple inhales and exhales. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And try to do that throughout the remainder. Same thing, opposite side. So again, we're not doing this, so we don't want the knee in front of the hip. We want the knee right underneath the hip. And then we're going to rock to the outside. I like to exhale for each rock. Just making sure that your breath is intentional. Inhale through the nose, or just recoiling with fast exhales. All right, so there's the posterior hip. Then back knee down, point the back toe. Rest the forearms down, breathe. 2 inhales here, 2 exhales. All right, from here, still hands and knees. Now we're going to abduct one leg out. Toes are forward. And this bottom knee, I'm going to bring to the outside even further. So we got a short lever adductor and then a long lever adductor stretch. From here, I'm gonna rock back, forward. 5 to 10 rocks. Like the exhale, on my way back. Okay, from here, if I want to rotate that hip more externally, I can sit on the heel, and then I can open up the outside leg, point the toe. I can do side bends here. Now that's going to be a little advanced, so don't force yourself into that. Then I'll switch side. Rocking back, 5 to 10 rocks. And then settling in if I want. Again, this is going to be more advanced. Don't force your way into these positions. All right, after the adductor rock, go back to the hands and knees. Hands are always going to be underneath the shoulders. Knees are going to be slightly behind the hips. And the feet should be in line with the knees. So it should look like this. From here, we're going to step one foot outside the hand. This hand is going to go to the air. This bottom hand is going to be pushing into the ground. I'm going to rotate and reach up and look at the ceiling. From here, we're going to extend that back knee. And then option 1, hold here. Option 2, open up onto both ankles. And then option 3, let the hip come back down and up. And then option 4, turning this into the wild thing here. And then switching side. Starting in this position here, open up. All right. So we've completed the quadruped warm up. Now we'll move to the back. First thing I'll do is cycle the legs out. Relax the head down, palms face down. And I like to get my heel as close as I can to the ground as I cycle. So it shouldn't be up here, here, here. It should go all the way out. And your legs should be almost parallel with the ground. So that's what really creates this long lever core, almost like a hollow hold here. Okay, so we're cycling it out. It's almost like a oscillation core exercise. So the core's not moving, but there's these limbs that are moving that are causing stress on the core. Okay, and so those we just call that oscillations. So we could do that by just cycling the leg out. You can squeeze the back into the ground by rolling the tailbone almost off the ground to get even more. And then reverse the cycle. Again, legs almost parallel to the ground, then we're coming up. And then we're gonna go knees to chest, not really, knees over hips. Knees are spread out, hands are on the inside of the knees. Just relax and then rock side to side. From here, go to bridge or hip lift. Okay, you can do this with the heels digging into the ground. Extend the hips. Now we focus back on that breathing. Long exhales out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. From here, we're going to march one knee into the chest. Hold. Don't let this hip come down. then switch. Don't let the hip come down as you switch. A couple exhales here and inhales. And then from here, we're going to slowly walk one foot forward, and then the next foot, and then, oof, cramp. All right, that's fine. Try it again. Walk it out. And then one more. And then, oof, I don't cramp again. That's all right. Then one more, hips up. We're gonna push one foot into the ground. You're gonna straighten the top leg. Open up, foot touches the ground, back up towards the ceiling, and then switch. And then just one of those. All right, we're done with our back series. Now we're going to go to the stomach. So if you really want to make sure that you have a nice healthy spine, and you want to do things on your stomach, which are usually the most uncomfortable and the last thing people want to do. So we start with the W hold, tuck the toes, feet are shoulder width apart. It's going to look like this, right off the ground. I'm going to try to rotate as high as we can, up, breathe. And then relax. Now we're going to go up as high as possible, and we're going to reach overhead, palms down. Hands in line, don't flex the wrists or extend them. Reach up and forward, and then relax. From here, relax the head and neck. Tee out the arms with one shoulder. This is probably when you need a towel on the ground, and then switch. And from here, we're gonna go palms face up over the head, point the toes. We're gonna try to get the knees and thighs off the ground. So we gotta squeeze the glutes. And then at the same time, we're gonna try to get the palms up as high off the ground as possible. Okay. It's gonna look like this. So this is kind of like a Superman with the palms face up. And then we're gonna turn this into, we call a breaststroke. So everything's up off the ground. We're gonna rotate back of the hands, touch the glutes, but try not to flex the wrists or extend them. And we're gonna try to bend the elbows up the back. Allow the elbows to touch the ground. Elbows up, extend, and then rotate all the way overhead, palms face up. And we'll do a couple more. Now, we're going to do a little bit of rolling here. So we're going from the stomach to the back. So we're going to go from this skydiver position to a hollow hold. And we're going to try to do it as controlled as possible. Okay? You want to be able to roll both ways. So everything stays up off the ground as you roll, but try to stay in the hollow position. Try not to bend the knees and extend the shoulders. You just keep the shoulders flexed and the hips extended. All right. Now we're going to go to a cobra. You can tuck or point, whatever you prefer here. And then scap rolls. That's too much on the back. come down here and just go like this. From here, we're going to reach overhead, extend the legs, and then bend both the elbows and the knees. Goes bow and arrow. The chest up, head forward, and thighs off the ground. Trying to get the heels to the glutes, elbows to the ribs. Going for about 10 reps. Now we're going to twist and touch the opposite foot, but head looks down here. From here, cobra, and we're going to cross the legs to end it. Reach forward. Relax the head and neck, and just breathe and hold. Walk the hands to the right side. Reach with the left arm. And then walk your hands to the left side. Reach with the right arm here. Now we'll go bottoms of the legs together. Hold on to the toes. Then we're going to actively try to get those knees down. Alright, now we're going to go 90-90. Go forward and back. Or you can just hang out here. You can rotate toward that knee and look over the other shoulder. And reach across, bring the elbows down if you want. And also go like that. Or just go straight ahead. From here, rotate to the other side. Hinge forward. Rotate. Reach. Open up if you want. Alright, and then we'll go all the way out. Point the toes. Then you can play around with some shin box stuff where you bend the knees all the way. And then do about 3 reps here. And then switch. Just try to do that with control. Alright. And that's it. That's the warm up. Now would be the time to start the dynamic warm-up, so any pogos, skips, hops, jumps, light plyometric stuff, and then get into your heavy power or strength or hypertrophy. All right, so that's my 20-minute warm-up mobility strength, but let me know what you think, and I'll create the dynamic stretching portion next. We're gonna have to have shoes on for that, because that involves more jumping and hopping stuff. All right, see you.